Hello, it's still your host Charity on her employment experience, employer/employees palaver and relationship, part 9. If you've not listened to my previous talk shows, I advise you quickly do that so you could flow with a storyline. You're blessed. Dear me, if you want your own story to be told, either as an employer or an employee, your story could be an encouragement to someone passing through same. Subscribe, comment, share, hit the like button if you got value out of this. Love you. You're blessed. The heights of bullying, confrontation, and accusation in my miracle job company. And so this individual, the bully madam, returned the gift. She gave it to my colleague and friend to come and give me. I had my colleague and friend chanting, "Charity, the battle line has been drawn. Charity, the battle line has been drawn." I thought she was joking. I did not know what she was saying, but I was laughing because we play a lot. So I thought it was one of her jokes. Until she came and dropped something on my table. I opened it. Wow, it was a gift I gave to someone long time ago. What is it doing here? Then she said she was told to return it to me. I was a bit angry with her. My colleague and friend. I was like, you know how this individual hated me, and she gave you something like this to bring for me. You collected it and brought it. What if it's something capable of taking my life? We kind of misunderstood ourselves, but we settled. After all, we were friends. Then I was advised by some of my colleagues to go and ask her why she returned something I gave her long time ago. I did yield to the advice of my colleagues to go and confront her on why she returned the gift I gave her long time ago. And when I asked her, she said, "It is what it is." Me, I don't understand that grammar. So I was still there asking her why she returned the gift I gave her. And then she asked me what perfume was meant for. I told her for spraying on the clothes and body. And then she said she returned it so I could spray it. Now wow. So I made it clear to her right there and then that she has not returned anything to me. Because when I gave it to her, I brought it myself. Then I left. If I could get to my table, I heard her shouting, making noise in an official environment. And then I had a fall of something. Guess what? No, guess. She actually threw the stuff I gifted her at me. She threw the stuff I gifted her at me. This gift was very heavy and in a glass form. If it had hit my head, it would have given me serious injury. And if it had hit the computer system on my table, it would have shattered it, no doubt. This individual did all of this unofficial thing in an official environment, and nothing was done about it. Rather, my employer pleaded with me and even bought me lunch so as to calm me down. Something more than that should have been done. At least to put to a stop to the bullying going on in the office by this individual. You can still show that you're working without bullying someone. You can still show your activeness that you're working without belittling someone, without bullying someone. Because it was gradually eating the foundation of the organization, and by the time it's done eating it, it would have been a shred. So I came home that day. I told myself that was the height of it. Any other bullying attempt from this individual to me, that I was going to fight back. Not as if I did not try. I tried though. For good 2 years and I endured bullying. For good 2 years and that this individual joined the organization. I endured my human rights being trampled on. I endured threats to life. Throwing that hard object on me alone was a great threat to my life. Because if it had hit my head, it would have destroyed me, no doubt. Sadly, within same week or the following week, the bully madam came bullying me again. But this time, I stood for myself. I defended myself. I took the bull by the horn and I dragged it so bad. And I was ready for anything that would have happened that day. I was ready for heaven to fall. I was determined. And if I had laid my hand on someone's daughter, oh God, oh God, oh God, the anger, the bullying, everything I've suffered for 2 years. 2 years, and I would have deposited it on that person's body that day. Because I was so angry, I had endured enough. And I was happy I did. I am still happy I did. If I had not, I would have been so angry with myself by now. And just that one challenge from me to all her bullies, she set me up. Or rather, they set me up. My employer, the manager, she, the bully madam, they accused me of stealing. They accused me of stealing the business I brought from God knows where to the office. For God's sake, if I had wanted to keep that business I was accused of for myself, I wouldn't have brought it to the office. I would have done it outside with another company. I mean, why bringing it to the office? Secondly, if it were a sincere judgment where they had nothing against me, yes, you've seen the business I brought and you were suspecting it, or me, what you would have done as a righteous judge was to sit back, fold your arms, say no word to anyone, not even me. Pretend not to know nothing about the business. Then, watch me execute the business, get paid, and then see where I will put the money. Either in my pocket or the company's. But no, because they had something cooking up against me, they believed it was an opportunity to deal with me. They don't want the opportunity to slip off their finger. So they utilized it. And they dealt with me. Yes, they dealt with me. They really did. An innocent woman. That woman that the only sin she committed was to work for the company with all she's got. For the company she believed was a miracle job. I could remember when we were being paid salary on or before 25th of every month. And sometimes 2 months' salary will be paid even before the next month ends. And everyone was happy. Unfortunately, challenges struck, and thus my miracle job company could not pay salary anymore. It wasn't easy for my colleagues. It wasn't easy for me as well. But I could not beat the breast that fed me. I could not beat the finger that gave me oil. Rather, I became an advocate. I took it upon myself to advise any of my colleagues that would say to my ear that he or she wants to resign. I would always tell them, have you forgotten how this company took very good care of us? How early they used to pay us? Please don't resign. Don't leave this man, our employer, to his problems. I would always buttress my points or advice with a story of a woman that got married to a very wealthy man and was enjoying the man's wealth because the man was taking good care of her. And immediately, the husband started having challenges. His wealth disappeared. The woman left the man to his problems and disappeared too. And it wasn't a good one. And the story never ended well. The people I told this know themselves. Everyone I advised stayed put until the challenges were over and we were paid every dime of what we were owed. I defended this company both secretly and openly. I worked for this company with everything I've got, with every strength I've got. Even when my strength was failing me, I was still pushing because I believed it was my God-given job. In brackets, my miracle job. And that I'm not supposed to joke with it. Even when I had no one monitoring me, I worked. Even when I had someone monitoring me, I worked with all my strength. But at the end, I was called a thief. I was called a devil that came to steal, kill, and destroy by my employer, the owner of the company. I was told by my employer that he does not need a Methuselah in his company anymore. And the meaning and interpretation of what he said was given to me right there, still by my employer, the owner of the company. They sold me negatively to my employer, and they tagged me hot-tempered while selling me to him. Because my employer would always tell me, they said, you are hot-tempered. But what baffles me till today was how the manager joined in that fight against me. I guess it was a case of if you can't beat them, you join them. We need to fear God. We need to fear God because He exists. God exists. At least with what He did in Brazil a few months back should tell us that there is God. But at times He chose to keep quiet and watch us go through a lot. But surely you will still see Him manifest. It could be now, it could be later. But God exists. I was accused of stealing. I could remember every word that was used on me. Every word that was said to me, I could remember. I could still remember it all. I could still hear the sounds of every pin that fell on the floor that period. That is, if there was any. I could still remember it all. It was just like yesterday. Fresh. That was because it hurts. And yet, I was innocent. Stay tuned to know what happened, how the bullying and the accusation affected my mental health. DM me if you want your own story to be told, either as an employer or an employee. Your story could be an encouragement to someone passing through same. Subscribe, comment, share. Hit the like button if you got value out of this. Love you. Let love lead. Love is the greatest. Bye for now.